The views expressed in this learning video are the views of mine, my clubs, and a community that came before us that started the 1% gaming community in GTA that exists now today. A community that after so many years has been tainted, forgotten, and overshadowed by players who ruined the game. Our views are a collection of opinions handed down over many years and are in no way meant to offend or disgruntle any MCs that may play the game as 1%ers differently, but rather to educate and inform them of how this community was started and to try to bring it back to being a place of competitiveness and fair play. We respect the MC community and want to see it thrive and be what it once was, as well as what we know it can be again, and respect you may have a difference of opinion than us, except for full-blown 99ers. You can go fuck yourselves. While we're at it, 0% isn't a thing. You can't be 0% of something. That would make you nothing. Hey everyone, this is Felix, president of Banshees MC. What we're going to be doing today is talking about 1% MCs and what defines a 1% MC in GTA. Over the last couple of years, a lot of people have tried to redefine 1% MCs, but the truth of the matter is there's only one definition. The bylaws and rules set aside for 1% MCs was created back on PS3 and Xbox 360 a long time ago, so this is not just an opinion of ours as much as it is something that has been set forth by an entire community a long time ago. So, with the help of my not-so-attractive assistant here, Baby Thrasher, we're going to be showing you the do's and don'ts of a 1% MC. And keep in mind, this is all being done in free aim, so enjoy and let's get into it. Alright, so the definition of 1% in GTA goes as follows. A 1% club is a club in GTA that defines themselves as the very small percentage of the players in the game that stick to the most balanced weapons in the game for a true competitive experience, as well as not using any cheats, mods, DNS, or anything to give them an overpowered advantage, thus maintaining a balanced battlefield and a true test of skill. Now what we mean by this is that we are 1% of the game who doesn't use bullshit, who plays with ARs only, pistols only, and doesn't use things like insurgents, explosives, jets, attack helicopters, tanks, or anything that can give us an overpowered advantage. It's ARs and pistols only. I know some of you are thinking, well, what the fuck, Felix? How am I supposed to kill a sniper when he's sniping at me? Well, it's not impossible, and I'll show you that later. It's actually very doable. But let's get into the weapons now, and I'll show you which ones that are allowed and which ones that are not. Alright, now let's get into weapons. So as far as ARs go, the only ARs allowed are the carbine, the special carbine, the bullpup rifle, the advanced rifle, and then the new snub-nosed little AK-47 fucking thing that I can't remember the name of it, and then the AK-47. Those are the only ARs in the game. As far as pistols go, you got the regular pistol, the combat pistol, the vintage pistol, the Desert Eagle pistol, the heavy pistol, the boot gun, I can't remember what the fuck the name of it is, and that's about it. The AP pistol, the revolver, and the musket pistol are bullshit. They're way OP and way too much damage and just ridiculous. Alright, so now I'm going to show you why the weapons that are not ARs and pistols take no skill to use and why we deem them 99% bullshit and overpowered. So the first one we're going to talk about, and it's probably one of the two worst, is shotguns. So first let's talk about the pump shotgun. This thing's ridiculous. 2 shots to the chest, dead. No fucking effort whatsoever, no skill involved. Or, you know, you can take him from range even though it's a pump shotgun and you shouldn't fucking be able to. And look, 2 more shots, fucking dead. OP as shit. Now I know some of you are saying, well, I aim for the head, Felix. Alright, well let's take a look at that shit. Now obviously if you aim for the head, you're going to get a headshot like any other gun, but with the shotgun, it's just a little bit too easy. And sometimes you don't even actually have to hit the head, like in this instance where I aim an inch to the right of his head, and I still get a headshot. That's bullshit, that takes no skill. Or you can aim for, you know, the chest, or above the head. And in case you didn't believe the side shit, I can go ahead and show you this too. And in case you thought the sawed-off was any better, it's just as bad, but at a range that is ridiculous for that of a sawed-off short shotgun. Let's not forget the auto shotguns for you spray and pray heroes. Anyone who thinks auto shotguns mean they have skill are fucking idiots. Bottom line, shotguns are bullshit. So this brings me to the next topic and the most hated 99er weapon of all, in my opinion, snipers. Now I know this is going to be controversial for some, but just fucking deal with it and hear it out. Now the problems with sniper rifles are simple. Unlike in Battlefield where it might take skill to aim a sniper rifle because you have a swaying scope or bullet drop and you actually have to time shit, in GTA it's not like that. With a sniper rifle in GTA, you have absolutely no scope sway. So wherever you point, you're going to easily be able to hit that target. And you're going to shoot like a fucking laser beam because you have no bullet drop whatsoever. As far as an unfair range goes, you have an unfair range to people because with people using other weapons, you're just going to be able to back up to a point where their reticle won't even turn red and still be able to shoot them. Now if you mix all these things with the quick back and forth that you get when you're in first person, which we'll go into later and why that's fucking bullshit, it's extremely easy to kill somebody and takes zero skill whatsoever. And then at the very least, we can all admit that snipers are OP, overpowered as shit, and I'm going to show you that right now. Now as you can see, Thresh is pretty far off. I mean, he's even small in the scope. Takes one shot to the back and then one in his fucking weenus of his arm to kill him. That's nothing. Now if that weren't enough, here's a single shot to the top of the ass. Dead. What the fuck? Now this is an example where he's so far off that he couldn't shoot me with another gun if he tried. One to the hand, one to the waist. Dead. No bullet drop, no skill involved whatsoever. And if that wasn't stupid enough, here he is at half health getting shot in the foot. That shouldn't kill you. Now for all you sniping clubs out there who are like, well, I don't use the other sniper rifles, I only use a marksman rifle because it doesn't do as much damage, so it's fair. We're about to squash that too. Now this gun shoots fast as shit with little to no recoil. It takes 4 shots to the middle of the body to kill somebody. So on top of it killing people that fast already, if you mix this gun with CEO and Bullshark, don't act like you don't, you little bullshitters. It only takes 2 bullets to anywhere on the body to kill somebody. So if you mix all that together, and then add it with first person, where you can move back and forth really fast, which is broken as fuck in the first place, this is the bullshit that you get. So next up is the LMG, or light machine gun, for those of you who don't know anagrams. Now I know some of you might be like, well Felix, you know, the LMG has less accuracy, so it's harder to kill people with it. That's bullshit, and let me tell you why. Alright, so with the LMG, you guys are right, it doesn't have that much accuracy. But what it does have is a lot of range and a lot of damage. Now, Rockstar actually upped the damage after the DLC, I believe it was Finance and Felony. So with this gun, you don't have to be accurate. You can shoot at a long range, and bullets spread out kind of like a long-range shotgun, and they just hit you as you're moving around. And with that damage mixed with that, it's basically a pray and spray weapon from all distances. Now watch how fast he dies from a mid-range shot to the torso. That's ridiculous. Now just to show you guys how overpowered this is, watch this. That's 9 bullets to the dick. Dude, that's not even a weak spot to shoot somebody in. Tell me that's not broken. Now, for all you CEO Bullshark using pussies, look how OP this shit is. 5 fucking bullets. Or, you know, you can just spray and pray at range. Fuck. I mean, realistically, when it comes down to this gun, it takes no skill. You can just point, shoot, pray and spray on somebody's chest or waist, and they're just fucking dead. To say it takes talent to shoot with, or to say you're good because you use it, it's bullshit, and you fucking know it. So the last things I'm going to go into as far as weapons go are explosives, which, you know, grenades, pipe bombs, that sort of thing. Perfect for blowing up a tank if you want to do so, or an insurgent, that kind of shit. Sticky bombs are kind of bitch made. I guess if you want to use them on tanks and etc. and not on people running around trying to shoot you, then that would be fine. We choose not to use any explosives because, you know, somebody takes a screenshot saying so-and-so exploded you, then, you know, you can't really prove that you didn't unless you're recording video. With that said, miniguns, I don't feel like I even need to fucking talk about that. You know. You fucking know. Grenade launchers fall in the same category for me as rocket launchers, and miscellaneous would just be other explosives, I guess, if there are any. As far as the rocket launchers and that kind of shit go, I feel like this speaks for itself. This next one coming up shouldn't have even killed him. Whoever tries to tell me that this is legit play deserves to be fucked in the ass by Bruce Jenner. Oh, sorry, Caitlyn. So I guess as far as weapons go, this brings us to the big question. Why ARs and pistols only? Well, it's quite simple, really. ARs and pistols are the only guns in the game that don't have a large bullet spray, meaning where you shoot is where the bullet hits for the most part, so you don't get cheap kills by stray bullets hitting people when you're not even aiming at them. This means that when it comes to headshots, you actually have to pinpoint the reticle on the person's head to be able to get that headshot, meaning when you get those shots, it's because you're using skill and not just shooting around their head and getting lucky. The other thing is that ARs can go at a pretty long range, and having to hit people at pinpoint accuracy from those long ranges is very hard to do. Pistols as well. Not only all that, but you do less bullet damage with ARs and pistols, so you have to hit people from range with less bullet spray and be pinpoint accurate while doing less damage. So anytime you kill a person with this, especially while they're using a sniper rifle, a rocket launcher, or something crazy like that, you are using way more skill than they are, which is what makes you the elite, and which is what makes you the 1% of GTA who doesn't use that bullshit and still wins the fight. Now you might say, it's impossible to be able to win fights and kill people while they're using all this bullshit. No, it's not. We have videos on our YouTube channel. You can look one up called 1% as fuck, where our sergeant at arms shoots 2 guys out of a helicopter with an AR. We shoot people out of insurgents with ARs. We take down snipers with ARs all the time. All it takes is practice, and you will feel so much better about your shot and so much more accomplished knowing that you didn't use the bullshit overpowered crap in the game like everybody else is while they're using it on you. You fucked up those little pussies using that shit, using one of the hardest to use weapons in the game and the most balanced and the most fair. That's why 1%ers only use ARs only and pistols only. Now here's your proof on the damage. It takes 12 bullets to the body to kill somebody with an AR. That's at least 6 to 7 more than any of the other guns that I've showed you. I mean, if you're worried that you're not going to be able to shoot at range or get the headshots or all the things you need to use ARs only, all it takes is a little bit of practice, and with enough practice, you can pull off shit like this. You know what? This is just a fact whether you like it or not. ARs only has always been the only true 1%. It was started by a community and by people years and years ago, and people have followed it for years. And the people who still do follow it, shout out to you because you guys are fucking heroes. Now on to the next topic. Alright, now in this third and final part, we're going to talk about lobby conduct. Now some of this stuff might be a little controversial to you, but you got to remember, being 1%, you are 1% of GTA who doesn't use anything that gives you a leg up or an advantage over people. And that includes anything that makes you play dirty, play shady, just so you can win or have a leg up. And the reason this is because winning is not as important as winning legit. Winning legit is what makes you the 1%. Now all these things apply whether it's a open lobby or whether it's a sanctioned TDM. Lobby fighting and conduct. No CEO or CEO perks such as Bullshark. I know I can hear it now, so we can spawn close on each other. I will explain it to you, alright? No running people over purposely for kills. This means shotgunning them while they're on the ground after you ran them over with your bike, hitting them with a car 15 times to get a kill. No first person. I know a lot of people are going to freak out about that, but the fact is, first person has its faults, and I will show you that. No free aim assisted, obviously. No glitched headwear, multiple headwear stacked. I'll show you guys what that is. No gun butting on purpose during a fight or patch picks, meaning no running up and gun butting somebody when you're mid-gun battle. Pussy shit. No 99er weapons. No killing yourself mid-fight or blowing yourself up to control the score, and no 99er vehicles. Alright, first things first, let's tackle the giant fucking flying Dumbo elephant in the room. CEO. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, we use it so we can spawn on each other, yada yada. You and I both know that's not true. When you have two people from the same MC and two different CEOs, you're not spawning on top of each other. People use this for Bullshark. They use it for cheap spawns so they can get cheap fucking kills, and that's the only reason you should be in it. We have the MC thing that came out where we can use that instead, where we won't shoot each other in the back of the head and that kind of shit, and that's the only thing we really fucking need. As far as the spawning close together, we have spawned far away from each other in lobby wars for fucking 3 years before this shit came out. You don't need it now. Using it and saying that's why you need it is a cop-out so you can use bullshit, and 9 times out of 10 you do, and it flies under the radar. People say you can see when you spam BST. No, it doesn't pop up, and I'll show you that in this video. First things first, let's look at the cornucopia of bullshit that comes with CEOs, such as cheap spawns and, oh, look, Bullshark and dropping armor and ghost organization. That one's always fucking fun. Alright, so let's look at this cheap-ass shit. Kill this guy. About to kill this guy. And, oh, look out, it's Chris Angel over here on the left. He just spawns in like a fucking magician and shoots me in the side of the head. You didn't earn that kill. You got it because of CEO bullshit. Here we go again, killing this guy. Alright. Oh, look to the left. Chris Angel popped in again. Luckily that wall was there. Doesn't fucking matter because he won't die anyway. Look, you guys, I'm sorry. I got friends who are in MCs who use CEO and shit. It's no offense against you guys. I still love you. I don't think you're necessarily 99ers. I know this shit wasn't around when the 1% thing was created, but, you know, the 1% code that talks about not using bullshit when everybody else is using bullshit, I feel like personally that CEO is bullshit and it gives you a bunch of cheap kills and you're not earning your shit. So let's move on to the Bullshark. Alright, so we tested out the bullet damage of Bullshark and CEO with an AR, and it only takes about 6 or 7 bullets to kill people. Now, we've all fought people who we believed were using Bullshark because they were in CEO. You know, if you're not in CEO, people aren't going to think you're using Bullshark. But, I mean, this is a telltale sign. When somebody's health goes down this slowly, and you see, he starts just walking towards me, and he's still just going so slow. Here's an example of Bullshark mid-fight. His health is going down slower than my wife when I'm farting in her face. And here, I mean, I have no health. This is what Bullshark looks like on their side. You know? Just taking them out really easy. So let's talk about first person now. The biggest problem with first person is it wasn't supposed to be in this game. Now that it is, it allows you to move way too quickly. It interrupts headshots. It allows you to just set the reticle at head level and get cheap kills without even having to try. I mean, look at how hard it is to kill him with him moving back and forth like that. It's very, very cheap. In this next scene, I'm just shooting, moving back and forth, and just happen to get a kill. I mean, same thing here. You guys can say that you aim when you do this shit, but you're lying. Now let's talk about glitched headwear. There are multiple versions of this in this game, but anytime you have multiple layers glitched together that aren't supposed to be, such as masks with helmets or masks with hats, they have a tendency to soak bullets. In this example, he's wearing a mask with a balaclava and some eyewear, and let's just see how bad it soaks bullets. As you can see in all these scenes, I'm staying right on his head, and it's just soaking tons of bullets as he's moving towards me. So I promised we would go over 99er weapons. It's basically anything other than what you see on the screen right now. Don't overcomplicate it. So just to start to kind of wrap this up here, I am going to show a short montage of do's and don'ts. Things such as blind firing, gun butting to get kills, running people over for kills, you know, blowing yourself up to control the score. And while we're on that note, that is the biggest bitch shit you can do. You know what? Take your deaths, earn your kills. Otherwise, you don't know if that's really your kill count. It might say 10 to 0, but that's because every time they're about to have you dead, you blow yourself up. That doesn't mean you're good. That means you're a cheap little bitch. So that concludes our elongated guide on what it means to be a 1%er in GTA Online. I'm sorry if I offended any clubs who like us that may do some of these things. That was not my intent. The intent of this video was to educate incoming new MCs as well as current MCs who might not know what the true 1% code is. If you don't care, fine, that's your choice. We're not saying you have to do this, but we at least want the knowledge to be out there. Thank you guys, we love you. Thrasher, wave goodbye. Alright, we'll see you guys later. Take it easy.